26th Street, hearing you whisper through the phone. Wait for me to come home.
May I have your attention, please? The 6th General Session of the 90th State FFA Convention will begin in 15 minutes. Would all CDE winning teams and top individuals please report backstage? Please find your seats and get ready for this, the 6th and final session of the 90th Illinois FFA State Convention.
Hello, Illinois FFA State Convention. I'm U.S. Army Colonel Martin Young at Camp Arif John, Kuwait. I wish I could be there with you today, but know that my heart truly is. I would like to give a sincere thank you to the 2017-2018 state officers, faculty, and staff. What I have witnessed from afar exemplifies the professionalism and dedication your organization has in developing America's youth. I wish you all well in your next endeavors. I am certain you will continue to be successful. To the new 2018-2019 Illinois FFA state officers, I wish you the continued success on the foundation of your predecessors. May you have the wisdom, understanding, and leadership to grow the seed that has already been planted. A few years ago, I remember a conversation between Jacob and I when he asked to join the FFA. We debated what FFA actually stood for. He tried to convince me that FFA is no longer an acronym for Future Farmers of America, because it is so much more than just farming. Well, after 4 years and 2 children involved, attending numerous pancake and sausage breakfasts, pork chop dinners, last year's state convention, and seeing the FFA family pull together for Friendsgiving at our family's house, I now know what FFA means to me. It means friends, family, acts of kindness and generosity. It means fortitude, foresight, and great ambition. Most of all, as proud parents, faculty, and staff, it means we are fortunate that you are the future of America. Lastly, I deeply want to thank the faculty, staff, state officers, and FFA student body on behalf of all servicemen and women. Thank you for taking what soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines have earned over the last 242 years and making the most of your freedoms and opportunities to make this nation great. You make us proud, and seeing you succeed is all the thanks we need. God bless America, God bless our troops, and God bless the FFA.
May I have your attention, please? The entrance of the flags will begin in 1 minute. At this time, please make your way to your seats.
By thy rivers gently flowing, Illinois, Illinois, o'er thy prairies verdant growing, Illinois, Illinois, comes an echo on the breeze, rustling through the leafy trees, and its mellow tones are these. Illinois, Illinois, and its mellow tones are these. Illinois, Illinois, Grant and Logan and Ortiz. Illinois.
Please rise and remove your caps as our top 3 creed speakers present the colors. Carrying the American flag is Lauren Moore from the Normal West FFA chapter.
And I had to start again with just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars.
Carrying the Illinois flag is Peyton Jones from the Monmouth-Roseville FFA chapter.
For freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know
And carrying the FFA flag, Brooke Tompkins from the Mulberry Grove FFA chapter.
who gave that right to me, and I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say.
By thy rivers gently flowing, Illinois, Illinois.
December 3rd, 1818, the date that the 21st state was admitted into the Union. A land known for its beautiful farms and rich prairie lands was added as a star on this flag. This year marks a special year in Illinois' history, as the land of Lincoln celebrates its bicentennial year.
For the first 2 years, our state capital was located in a small southern Illinois town called Kaskaskia. Wishing that our state capital was more near the center of our state, lawmakers pushed to move our state capital to Vandalia.
After 17 years in Vandalia, lawmakers saw the need to move once again. As the population migrated more north, lawmakers decided to follow with it, which led them here to Springfield and the creation of this beautiful building in 1837.
From 1837 to 1876, this building served as a meeting place for General Assembly members. Here, they debated topics such as slavery and the Civil War. Their bold actions laid the foundation for the state we call home today.
This building is often associated with one of our nation's boldest leaders, Abraham Lincoln. This is where he first tackled issues such as slavery and announced his candidacy for President of the United States.
Abe Lincoln's impact on our country can still be felt today. Thanks to his bold actions and decisions, our country was able to stay together and survive the Civil War.
Unfortunately, in 1865, Abraham Lincoln became the first president to be assassinated. His bold actions led him to be a martyr for honesty, integrity, and leadership for our nation.
As we celebrate the bicentennial year of our great state, we celebrate the past leaders who have been bold to lay the foundation of our great state today.
This is where it all began for Illinois FFA, here at Follinger Hall in 1929. This hall served as the site for our state convention where delegates made a bold decision electing a 16-year-old named Homer Edwards to serve as the state president, along with Randall Hart as reporter and Wilson Bryant as secretary-treasurer. This is also the place where delegates enacted bold changes to our organization when they saw the need to add another state officer to the team and voted for the creation of a vice president.
For 24 years, this hall served as a place of celebration where we honored the leaders of our organization and all their bold accomplishments, like when our membership reached its peak total of 464 chapters in this state.
After being away from Champaign for 9 years, State Convention came back to the University of Illinois campus. Seeing an ever-increasing number of members, Illinois FFA moved the convention to the Assembly Hall, where we stayed for 31 years.
It was here where delegates made the bold decision to elect leaders such as Corey Flournoy and Noreen Nelson to serve as state officers. These bold elections pushed away the negative stereotype that FFA was only for boys from farm towns.
Throughout the history of Illinois FFA, chapters have lived out the line in the FFA motto, living to serve. Whether lending a hand to chapters right down the road or halfway across the country, FFA chapters make a bold impact on their homes and communities. These actions epitomized one of our core values, be bold in your service.
Much like lawmakers in Springfield, the bold actions made by members and delegates throughout these years in Champaign laid the foundation for our current organization.
As Illinois citizens and FFA members, we celebrate the bold accomplishments of our past that led us to the present. Without their hard work, we would not be able to be here at the 90th Illinois FFA State Convention, here at the Bank of Springfield Center.
We are here to celebrate the fact that Illinois FFA has over 17,500 bold leaders within our communities and chapters. Our membership total continues to rise each year, ensuring the fact that Illinois agriculture's future is in the hands of bold leaders.
We are also here at the 90th Illinois FFA State Convention to commemorate all the bold actions that FFA members take in their communities and chapters.
Whether it's winning a state proficiency area or receiving their state FFA degree, this past year, Illinois FFA members have put in many hours and have truly lived out our state theme of Be Bold. Because of their hard work and dedication to this organization, they have truly become agents of change that will leave a positive impact on our world.
As we are about to enter the 90th Annual Illinois FFA State Convention, think about all those that have come before you in the blue jackets. Think about how their bold actions have shaped the FFA today. Think about how your actions will inspire the future generations of FFA members. Think about how you will be bold.
For your family.
For your friends.
For your community.
For your future.
For Illinois FFA.
Now, for the final time, get on your feet and make some noise for your 2017-2018 section presidents. From Section 4, Sean Welch. And from Section 14, Molly Nance. From Section 15, Ben Polo. And from Section 9, Kylie Miller. From Section 5, Clayton Blunier. And from Section 13, Kristen Sibley. From Section 1, Jasmine Wingert. And from Section 20, Taylor Hartkey. From Section 8, Emily Juginski. And from Section 19, Shelby McCrae. From Section 12, Caitlin Etherington. And from Section 17, Sophia Horton. From Section 2, Eliza Petrie. And from Section 25, Emma Bradley. From Section 11, Sydney Wrighton. And from Section 6, Jacob Beecham. From Section 7, Miriam Hoffman. And from Section 24, Aaron Dante. From Section 22, Jacob Young. And from Section 3, Ann Weber. From Section 21, Shaylee Clinton. And from Section 23, Parker Van Dyke. From Section 16, Reed Jostes. And from Section 10, Noah Wilwall. And from Section 18, Rebecca Royer. FFA members, parents, advisors, and guests, let's make some noise as we welcome for the final time your 2017-2018 Major State Officer Team. From the Sycamore FFA chapter, a former Spartan and soon to be an Illini attending the University of Illinois this fall, your state FFA treasurer, Chase Clausen. From the Shiloh FFA chapter, a former Raider and soon-to-be Saluki attending Southern Illinois University this fall, your state FFA secretary, Dalton Pater. From the Byron FFA chapter, a former Tiger and soon-to-be Saluki attending Southern Illinois University this fall, your state FFA reporter, Ryan Reavers. From the Abington Avon FFA chapter, a former Tornado and soon-to-be a Leatherneck attending Western Illinois University this fall, your state FFA vice president, Rob Jansen. From the Waterloo FFA chapter, a former Bulldog and soon-to-be an Illini attending the University of Illinois this fall, your state FFA president, Joey Beertier. And from Springfield, a former Illini from the University of Illinois, your state FFA advisor, Harley Hefner.
Scars bleed golden, my name's forever known. Blood, sweat, I'll break my bones till all my scars bleed golden. My name's forever known.
The convention hall will come to order. We are now holding the sixth and final session of the 90th Illinois FFA State Convention. Mr. Vice President, are all officers at their stations?
For the final time, I shall call the roll of officers, determine if they are at their stations, and report back to you, Mr. President.
The Sentinel.
For the final time,
Position by the door. Your duty stairs.
through this door pass many friends of the FFA. It is my duty to see that the door is open to our friends at all times and that they are welcome. I care for the meeting room and paraphernalia. I strive to keep the room comfortable and assist the president in maintaining order.
The reporter.
For the final time, the reporter is stationed by the flag.
Why by the flag?
As the flag covers the United States of America, so I strive to inform the people in order that every man, woman, and child may know that the FFA is a national organization that reaches from the state of Alaska to the Virgin Islands and from the states of Maine to Hawaii.
The treasurer.
For the final time,
Stationed by the emblem of Washington. Your duty, sir.
I kept an accurate record of all receipts and disbursements, just as Washington kept his farm accounts, carefully and accurately. My gosh. I am better able to serve. I'm sorry. I kept a record of receipts and disbursements, just as Washington kept his farm accounts, carefully and accurately. I encourage thrift among the members and strive to build up our financial standings through savings and investments. George Washington was better able to serve his country because he was financially independent.
The secretary.
For the final time, stationed by the ear of corn.
Your duty, sir.
I keep an accurate record of all meetings and correspond with other secretaries wherever corn is grown and FFA members meet.
The advisor. For a fun time, my dad is stationed by a otter. Why by the owl?
The owl is a time-honored emblem of knowledge and wisdom. Being older than the rest of you, I'm asked to advise you from time to time as the need arises. I hope that my advice will always be based on true knowledge and ripened with wisdom. Mr. Vice President, why do you keep a plow at your station?
For the final time, the plow is the symbol of labor and tillage of the soil. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much. My duties require me to assist at all times in the direction of the work of our organization. I presided over meetings in the absence of our president, whose place is beneath the rising sun.
Why is the president so stationed?
The rising sun is a token of a new era in agriculture. If we will follow the leadership of our president, we shall be led out of the darkness of selfishness and into the glorious sunlight of brotherhood and cooperation. Mr. President, for the final time, all officers are at their stations.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. The Secretary will call the roll of members.
There are 5,678 members and guests present, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. FFA members, why are we here? To practice brotherhood, honor agricultural opportunities and responsibilities, and to develop those qualities of leadership which an FFA member should possess. May we accomplish our purposes. I now declare this the sixth and final general session of the 90th Illinois FFA State Convention duly open for the transaction of business or attention to any matters which may properly be presented. Who's excited for the final general session? Throughout this past year, we have all been bold for Illinois FFA, working not for ourselves, but for the FFA as a whole.
And not just the FFA that we know and care so much for today, but the FFA for the future, the FFA of tomorrow. With us today are the next generation of FFA members. Let's give them one more round of applause for assisting us in our opening ceremonies. I mean, she at least held the gavel, so. Now, before we get started for the sixth general session, I'd like you all to review pages 12 and 13 in your convention program and to know your chapter's plan in case of an emergency. Your safety is our #1 priority. If you see something suspicious, be sure to tell your advisor or convention staff immediately. Now, let's cast our attentions to the screen and meet this session's chair. Illinois FFA, let me hear ya.
We gotta be bold, we gotta be brave, we gotta be free. We gotta get loud, making that change, you gotta believe. We'll look deep inside, and we'll rise up and shine. We can be bold, we can be brave, let everyone see. It starts with you and me. It starts with you and me.
Well, life on the farm is kind of laid back. Ain't much an old country boy like me can't hack. Thoroughly to ride, early in the sack. Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, a simple kind of life never did me no harm. Raising me a family and working on the farm. Days are all filled with an easy country charm. Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, I got me a fine, I got me old fiddle.
Illinois FFA, who is pumped for the sixth and final session of the 90th annual Illinois FFA State Convention. Thank God I'm a country boy. This song that I just walked out to reminds me of all the countless hours that I've spent on the farm over the course of my life. Whether it was my family's farm, my uncle's, or even some of the neighbors, as my dad would farm me out. You see, all these moments that I have from being on the family farm have taught me many different life lessons. Whether that's don't leave the gate open, or living to serve our fellow man in a time when they need it. Now, as we reflect on the memories that we've made this past week here at the Illinois FFA State Convention, let's also not be remiss of the idea of continuing to make memories during this last session of this year's state convention, as we're here to hear the inspiring retiring address of our state FA president, Joseph Beertier. Yeah. We'll also install our 2018-2019 section presidents as well as the major state officers. We'll hear the winners of our scrapbook competitions, the national chapter top 5 chapters, and national finalists in the National Chapter Award Program, and much, much more. So let's sit back in our seats, buckle up, and get ready to be bold in our service in this final session of the 90th Illinois FFA State Convention. Mr. Secretary, do you have any announcements at this time?
Why, yes I do. Would all recipients of the Section Bankers Plaque winners and National Chapter finalists please report backstage at this time. I would also like to recognize special guests Don and Gina Beertier, Miranda and Eric Schmidt, Colin Webb, Catherine Finnerty, Sam Cruzy, and Cody Allen as they celebrate the retiring dress of Joey Beertier. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Growing up on the farm, you realize that in some situations you have to cover a lot of ground in a short period of time. Whether it was harvesting sweet corn or sorting our cattle off our pastures, my mom always had a signature comment she would make to my dad about this. She would look at him and say, "You know, Terry, we could do a lot more work in a lot less time if you would just break down and buy a gator." I mean, then I could get sweet corn out of the field faster, and I could also sort the cattle off the pastures by myself. My dad would always just shake his head and brush it off. With the help of some FFA chapters from around the state, the Illinois FFA alumni are here tonight to announce the winner of their annual Gator Raffle. Please help me in welcoming to the stage District 5 Director of the Illinois FFA alumni, Mr. Ted Hughes. And Mom, remember, if you don't win tonight, there's always next year.
Good afternoon. Are we having fun yet? Lots of fun, right? Hey, are we looking forward to camp? How about going to Washington, D.C.? All right. Well, we're going to give out a Gator ticket, and we're going to have Kevin pull it here in just a little bit, but I just want to speak to some of you that are 18 or older and are not an alumni member. So we're going to have a fire sale, and a fire sale means you get a discount. Right now, till August 1st, it's $210. After August 1st, it goes up $40. So in the state of Illinois, it'll be $250 to be a lifetime member. So why do you want to be a lifetime member, right? Who wants to be a lifetime member of the alumni? All right, yeah, that's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear. As you can see, I'm getting older, and as my daughter says, I'm a dinosaur. But you guys got to step up to the plate. So, are you a shareholder? Do you know what a shareholder is? What's in it for me? How about a CEO? Everybody wants to be a CEO, right? Let's hear that. Want to be a CEO? Constantly evaluating opportunities. Another door is going to open for you once you take off that blue corduroy jacket. Correct? Correct? Let's hear you. I want to hear you. You're out there somewhere. So, the first time you pay your $210, you're going to support or invest in 629 kids every year for the rest of your life. Ain't that a great? You're investing back into the FFA, the blue and gold jacket, as you put on the blue blazer. So last year's winner was Kevin, FK, and he still got it, and he told me it's still dirty, and his daughter still drives it. And if Malcolm Levi would give us a drum roll, please.
This year's winner of the FFA Alumni Raffle is Tammy Caney from the Milford FFA chapter. Congratulations.
As this ticket was pulled, 40% of these tickets that sold came right back to your chapters. I'm just going to rough it off, about $8,000 going all over the state of Illinois to the chapters. This is a great fundraiser. 40% comes back to you. We buy the tickets, we buy the Gator, and all you got to do is sell this ticket. So this ticket right here, Milford's going to get an extra $300 for selling this ticket. So this is a great opportunity to help out the alumni, to give back to you, because this goes to scholarships. The scholarships for you. That's what we do as the alumni. So I want to thank you for your time. Thank your advisors. Thank your alumni back home, because they are your backbone. They got your back. And we appreciate everything you guys do for us, and we'll do for you. Have a great convention, and we'll see you. Safe trip home. God bless.
Let's put our hands together one more time for our Gator winner, as well as the Illinois FFA alumni, for all the support they give to our organization. When I was just a little guy, as my dad would call me, I remember the frigid, snowy days in February and March spent in the barn with Dad and a group of high school students, as well as my FFA advisor, Mr. Eric Triggested, as they would come out to evaluate our sheep in preparation for the Section Livestock Judging CDE. Although I was too young to compete with the high schoolers, I would always pay attention to what my dad and my advisor had to say about evaluating livestock, because I knew that someday I would be able to compete at the section competition, and I would hope that I would be decent at it. From ag business management to veterinary science, these CDEs allow FFA members to learn specific skill sets that will streamline their knowledge they need in order to specialize in a career in the specific facets of the agricultural industry. These next FFA members have put in countless hours in preparation and studying for their competition. As you are about to see, their hard work and determination has paid off. It is time to recognize our state career development event and leadership development event, top individuals and top teams.
The state-winning team in Agriculture Business Management Career Development event is the Prairie Central FFA chapter. The top individual in the Agriculture Business Management Career Development event is Mylan Lehman from the Prairie Central FFA chapter. The state-winning team in the Agriculture Communications Career Development event is the Prairie Central FFA chapter. The top individuals in the Agriculture Communications Career Development event are Graphic Design, Ashley Hartman from the Waterloo FFA chapter. Electric Media, Rachel McGreal from the Prairie Central FFA chapter. News Writer, Kari Slagle from the Prairie Central FFA chapter. And Web Design, Grace Iserman from the Prairie Central FFA chapter. The Agriculture Communication CDE is sponsored by the Illinois Agri-Women. The second runner-up in the Agricultural Education Career Development event is Brittany Guards from the Normal Community FFA chapter. The first runner-up in the Agricultural Education Career Development event is Sierra Brown from the Cambridge FFA chapter. And the state winner in the Agricultural Education Career Development event is Katie McClawley from the Stark County FFA chapter. The state-winning team in the Agriculture Issues Leadership Development event is the Pittsfield FFA chapter. The state-winning team in the Agricultural Mechanics Career Development event is the Prairie Central FFA chapter. The top individual in the Agricultural Mechanics Career Development event are Ag Power, Dawson Hawkins from the Alney FFA chapter. Carpentry, John Grogahan from the Stillman Valley FFA chapter. Electricity, Clay Zimmerman from the Prairie Central FFA chapter. Surveying, Jeremy Steffen from the Prairie Central FFA chapter. Welding, John Bramer from the Polk County FFA chapter. The state-winning team in the Agricultural Sales Career Development event is the Prairie Central FFA chapter. The top individual in Room 1 in the Agriculture Sales Career Development event is Mitch Brazel from the Prairie Central FFA chapter. The top individual from Room 2 in the Agriculture Sales Career Development event is Tanner Hartman from the Prairie Central FFA chapter. The top individual in Room 3 in the Agriculture Sales Career Development event is Austin Reed from the Cambridge FFA chapter. The top individual in room 4 of the Agricultural Sales Career Development event is Jeremy Steffen from the Prairie Central FFA chapter. The state winning team in the Agronomy Career Development event is the Eureka FFA chapter. The top individual in the Agronomy Career Development event is Wesley Tennant from the Orion FFA chapter. The Agronomy CDE is sponsored by United Prairie and CoBank. The state winning team in the Conduct of Tractor Meetings Leadership Development event is the Olney FFA chapter. The second runner-up in the Creed Speaking Leadership Development event is Peyton Jones from the Monmouth-Roseville FFA chapter. The second runner-up in the Creed Speaking Leadership Development event is Peyton Jones from the Monmouth-Roseville FFA chapter. The first runner-up in the Creed Speaking Leadership Development event is Lauren Moore from the Normal West FFA chapter. And the state winner in Creed Speaking Leadership Development event is Brooke Tompkins from the Mulberry Grove FFA chapter. The state winning team in the Dairy Cattle Evaluation Career Development event is the Chadwick-McMilledgeville FFA chapter. The top individual in the Dairy Cattle Evaluations Career Development event is Rachel Skidmore from the Chadwick-McMilledgeville FFA chapter. The Middle School Dairy Evaluation State Winning Team Career Development event is the Prairie Central FFA chapter. The top individual in the Dairy Cattle Evaluation Career Development event is Carla Kilgus from the Prairie Central FFA chapter. The state winning team of the High School Dairy Cattle Handlers Career Development event is Peyton Erbson from the Eastland FFA chapter. The state winner in the Middle School Dairy Handlers Career Development event is Delina Erbson from the Eastland FFA chapter. The state winning team in the Dairy Foods Career Development event is the Prairie Central FFA chapter. The top individual in the Dairy Foods Career Development event is Lexi Head from the Central Burlington FFA chapter. The state winning team in the Dairy Foods Career Development event at the high school level is the Prairie Central FFA chapter. The top individual in the Dairy Foods Career Development event is Lexi Head from the Central Burlington FFA chapter. The state winning team in the Middle School Dairy Foods Career Development event is the Prairie Central FFA chapter. The top individual in the Middle School State Dairy Foods Career Development event is Morgan Lance from the Prairie Central FFA chapter. The second runner-up in the extemporaneous public speaking leadership development event is Every Bloat from Masamanat Cleveland Sandwich FFA chapter. The first runner-up in the extemporaneous public speaking leadership development event is Eric Schaefer from the Pana FFA chapter. And the state winner in the extemporaneous public speaking leadership development event is Molly Shimp from the Olympia FFA chapter. The state winning team in the Environmental and Natural Resources Management Career Development event is the Paxton Buckley Loda FFA chapter. The state winning team in the Floriculture Career Development event is the Nashville FFA chapter. The state winning team in the Food Science Career Development event is the Clinton FFA chapter. The top individual in the state Food Science Career Development event is Sean Kim from the Naperville Central FFA chapter. The state winning team in the Forestry Career Development event is the Olney FFA chapter. The top individual in the Forestry Career Development event is Seth Mitchell from the Olney FFA chapter. The state winning team in the Green Hand Quiz Bowl Career Development event is the Pittsfield FFA chapter. The state winning team in the Reasons Division of the Horse Evaluation Career Development event is the Normal Community FFA chapter. The top individual in the Reasons Division of the Horse Evaluation Career Development event is Lydia Johanning from the Waterloo FFA chapter. The state winning team in the non-Reasons Division of the Horse Evaluation Career Development event is the Geneseo FFA chapter. The top individual in the non-Reasons Division of the Horse Evaluations Career Development event is Tyler Jimmings from the Rova FFA chapter. The second runner-up in the State Job Interview Leadership Development event is Penny Flood from the Cumberland FFA chapter. The first runner-up in the State Job Interview Leadership Development event is Emily Bloom from the St. Joseph Ogden FFA chapter. And the state winner in the State Job Interview Leadership Development event is Molly Shimp from the Olympia FFA chapter. The state winning team in the Land Use Career Development event is the Midland FFA chapter. The top individual in the Land Use Career Development event is Cassie Tierney from the United FFA chapter. The state winning team in the Reasons Division of the Livestock Evaluation Career Development event is the Jacksonville FFA chapter. The top individual in the Reasons Division of the Livestock Career Development event, Livestock Evaluation Career Development event, is Eric Schaefer from the Pana FFA chapter. The state winning team in the non-Reasons Division of the Livestock Evaluations Career Development event is the Milford FFA chapter. The top individual in the non-Reasons Division of the Livestock Evaluation Career Development event is Will Oakes from the Newton FFA chapter. The state winning team in the Marketing Plan Career Development event is the Cambridge FFA chapter. The state winning team in the Meats Evaluation Career Development event is the Prairie Central FFA chapter. The top individual in the Meats Evaluation Career Development event is Lyndon Schaefer from the Prairie Central FFA chapter. The state winning team in the Nursery and Landscape Management Evaluation Career Development event is the Glenbrook South FFA chapter. The top individual in the Nursery and Landscape Management Evaluation Career Development event is Lauren Schnooken from the Glenbrook South FFA chapter. The state winning team in the Novice Parliamentary Procedure Leadership Development event is the Olney FFA chapter. The top individuals in the Novice Parliamentary Procedures Leadership Development event: Chairman Jennifer Randolphy, Olney FFA chapter. Secretary Christina White, Paxton Buckley Loda FFA chapter. And the first place floor member, Haley Pitts from the Olney FFA chapter. The state winning team in the Parliamentary Procedure Leadership Development event is the Paxton Buckley Loda FFA chapter. The top individuals in the State Parliamentary Procedure Leadership Development event: the first place chair, Kaylee Kopasek from the Sisney FFA chapter. The first place secretary is Marina Limonegger from the Paxton Buckley Loda FFA chapter. And the first place floor is Ben McClure from the Paxton Buckley Loda FFA chapter. The state winning team in the Poultry Evaluation Career Development event is the Prairie Central FFA chapter. The top individual in the Poultry Evaluation Career Development event is Ethan Slagle from the Midland FFA chapter. The second runner-up in the Prepared Public Speaking Leadership Development event is Lauren Hawes from the Galva FFA chapter. The first runner-up in the Prepared Public Speaking Leadership Development event is Nicholas Walderman from the Vandalia FFA chapter. And your state winner in the Prepared Public Speaking Leadership Development event is Hannah Spangler from the Bushnell Prairie City FFA chapter. The state-winning team in the Veterinary Science Career Development event is the Tri-Point FFA chapter. The top individual in the Veterinary Science Career Development event is Jessica Harris from the Edwardsville FFA chapter. The state-winning team in the Discovery Forestry Career Development event is the Southeastern FFA chapter. The top individual in the Discovery Forestry CDE is Judd Daniels from the Southeastern FFA chapter.
Let's go ahead and give all of our career development and leadership development event award winners one more round of applause. For 97 years, my family's been farming row crops and livestock on German Church Road just south of Byron, Illinois. This is the exact place where my ancestors settled to call home so long ago. Our families, along with so many, are proud of innovations and long, hard years spent on the family farms across the nation. Our deeply planted roots in agriculture rely on the successes and hard work we do on a daily basis. This next group of chapters should be proud of their successes and hard work as well, as they grow leaders, build communities, and strengthen agriculture. Each year, Illinois Association FFA acknowledges the section Bankers Plaque winners, national chapter finalists, and top 5 chapters that have been extraordinary in their performance of service above self. Section Bankers Plaque winners are the top chapters from each section across the state of Illinois. Assisting in the presentation of these awards is Ms. Rachel Hawk, past state FFA Vice President.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today. I'm honored to present the Bankers Plaque Award today and be here with you all, and congratulations to each of the chapters for their hard work this past year. This is something that FFA members put so much work into each year. It's something worked on throughout the entire year, and we are so proud to honor their accomplishments on stage today.
Thank you. Mr. Secretary, would you please read the names of the section winners for this year's Bankers Plaque?
Section Bankers Plaque winners are Section 1, Scales Mound. Section 2, Morrison. Section 3, Cambridge. Section 4, Knoxville. Section 5, Midland. Section 6, Marengo. Section 7, Seneca. Section 8, Chicago High School for Agricultural Sciences. Section 9, Pontiac. Section 10, Tri-Point. Section 11, Payson. Section 12, Midwest Central. Section 13, Pittsfield. Section 14, Athens. Section 15, Highland. Section 16, Taylorville. Section 17, Gibson City, Melvin Sibley. Section 18, Hoopston area. Section 19, Nokomis. Section 20, Cumberland. Section 21, Mount Vernon. Section 22, Waterloo. Section 23, Olney. Section 24, Goreville. And Section 25, Harrisburg.
Let's congratulate all of our Section Bankers Plaque winners one more time as they exit the stage. On the weekends, I vividly remember spending time on Saturday and Sunday mornings working with my siblings, whether it be working with our livestock, getting ready for shows, or doing daily tasks like feeding, watering, and cleaning pens. All while we did this, we always made sure to turn the old radio on in the windowsill, that way we could jam out to our favorite tunes while getting the job done. Although my sisters and I could never quite agree upon the same genre of music to listen to, we still always had music to make the day that much more enjoyable. No matter what genre of music you listen to, this next group of individuals has not disappointed all week. Please join me in welcoming for the final time, under the direction of Mr. Chris Mitchell and sponsored by Compeer Financial, your Illinois FFA State Convention Band.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much. This is the 90th State FFA Convention Band, and my name is Chris Mitchell. I'm the director of the band this year. This is my first year, and I just want to share what a fabulous time I've had working with all these great musicians. How about another round of applause for them? I did want to share with you that we have two groups to be recognized. First of all, we had 10 students from the band choose to audition for and are going to be recommended to the National FFA Band for October. And I'd like to recognize those students, if they would stand as I call off their name, hopefully properly. Ethan Stieber on clarinet. Celia Hartman on clarinet. Ryan Berry on trumpet. Bree Olson on flute. Skylar Orvis on flute. Allison Prather on alto sax. Sky Shoemaker on bass clarinet. Cade Huey in the back on trombone. Will Petrie in the back on trombone. And last but not least, right here on percussion, Malcolm Levi. I'd also like to recognize members that have been in this band for 4 years now. We have 2 of them this year. We have Samantha Robertson from Sisney. And Kaylee Payne from Riverdale. Once again, I'd like to thank you for the pleasure of working with these students, and we'll play another tune for you, and then we'll move on. Nice and big, guys, right on one, okay? 53. Nice and big.
Let's give a huge thank you to the band for that tremendous final performance.
No autographs, please. No autographs. We don't have enough time. No autographs.
During the summertime, my family would spend many days traveling to livestock shows, whether it was one-day jackpot shows or county fairs that were a week long. Whether we were showing sheep or hogs, I always referred to this time on the road in one phrase: we are chasing banners, in reference to the large banners, rosettes, and plaques that you may win when exhibiting your livestock. It is almost every stock showing kid's dream to receive that banner, trophy, ribbon, or plaque for showing their livestock. This group of chapters has reached this point in the FFA. They have put in countless hours to be recognized as the highest ranking chapters here in the state of Illinois. The top chapter will receive the prestigious Banker's Plaque. These chapters, after much deliberation and judging, have been selected to represent Illinois Association FFA at the National FFA Convention this October as national finalists in the area of National Chapter Award. Mr. Secretary, will you please read the names of these chapters, which are all in contention for the coveted State Banker's Plaque?
The National Chapter Award finalists in section order are Scales Mound, Eastland, Morrison, Rochelle, Shadowwick Milledgeville, Cambridge, Midland, Eureka, Marengo, Seneca, Streeter, Salmonock Leland Sandwich, Newark, Pontiac, Flanagan Cornell, Prairie Central, Tri-Point, Cessna Park, Pittsfield, Athens, Highland, Lincolnwood, Taylorville, Sullivan, Gibson City Melvin Sibley, Paxton Buckley Loda, Hoopston area, Mount Vernon, Carlisle, Nashville, Waterloo, Olney, Sisney, Goreville, and Marion.
The fourth runner-up of the 2018 Illinois FFA Banker's Plaque is the only FFA chapter. The third runner-up of this year's Banker's Plaque is the Waterloo FFA chapter. Your second runner-up for the Illinois FFA Banker's Plaque is the Seneca FFA chapter. Your first runner-up of the 2018 Illinois FFA Bankers Plaque is the Goreville FFA chapter. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. The winner of this year's 2018 Illinois FFA Bankers Plaque is the Pontiac FFA chapter. Let's give one more congratulations to all of our section Bankers Plaque winners, and good luck to all of those who were selected as national finalists. Another memory I have from growing up on the farm is the long hours that I spent on northern Illinois back roads as we transported equipment from farm to farm during the growing season. Whether I was driving the tractor or the pickup truck trailing our large machinery, you can bet your bottom dollar I was always belting out the greatest country hits in the cab. I didn't care who heard my terribly out-of-tune voice. Luckily, this group is way more vocally talented than I am. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming for the final time, under the direction of Mr. Robert Eckert, your Illinois FFA State Convention Chorus.
afternoon, Illinois FFA. My name is Robert Eckert. I'm your state choral director, and I've been very proud to work with these students behind me. For the last 3 days, they've worked countless hours learning many songs and performing throughout the convention. Yesterday afternoon, we had some brave souls try out to become national chorus candidates for the 2018 National Convention in Louisville. And these are the finalists from that audition. Singing bass, Josiah Chatterton from the Bushnell Prairie City chapter. Singing soprano from the Cessna chapter, Kaylee Kanapasek. Singing soprano from the West Prairie chapter, Olivia Rausch. Singing soprano from the Cessna chapter, Bailey Lewis. Singing bass from the Bushnell Prairie City chapter, Tanner Parson. Singing soprano from the Cessna chapter, Kylie Rucker. Singing soprano from the Fisher chapter, Gabrielle Shook. Singing bass from the Seneca chapter, Mark Makotko. Sorry about that. Singing alto from the Chicago Ag Science chapter, Peyton Fleming. Singing soprano from the Earlville chapter, Carly Van Dorsten. Singing soprano from the Bushnell Prairie City chapter, Marcy Parson. And singing soprano from the Anawan chapter, Alyssa Dines. Today is a very special day for me at this moment because 30 conventions ago started a tradition. And that tradition was to sing this next song at the end. This marks the 30th convention in a row that we've marked the end of our participation in each convention. It's a special song that I selected back then to wish all of you safe travel home, to all of you thousands of people and all of my choir members who I grow to love over these 3 days. It's a song that was written by a man who was from Chicago, Mr. Thomas Dorsey. And I was told before he died that he was very proud that the state FFA chorus was singing his song that meant so much to him. Ladies and gentlemen, for the 30th year in a row, here is Take My Hand, Precious Lord.
I
Let's give it up one more time for our State FFA Convention Chorus for their phenomenal performances this week. Mr. Secretary, do you have any announcements at this time?
Why, yes I do. Convention t-shirts are now $10 until the alumni booth closes. Could Geneseo, Abington Avon, St. Joseph Ogden, Lena Winslow, Marion, Salmonock Leland Sandwich, and Midwest Central please pick up your scrapbooks before you leave convention? Also, we'd like to thank Dr. Howard Heavner for being the state FFA parliamentarian and congratulate him for completing his PhD at SIUC. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. When working with my dad on the farm, we worked together on many aesthetic projects. Whether it be putting new steel siding on old barns, planting trees, replacing old fence, and just cleaning things up in general. Almost every time Dad and I get about halfway done with a project, I realize that I forgot one thing. I never took a before picture to see how much better things look afterwards. Luckily, these next chapters have put in many hours in time to document all of their events and activities this past year and have compiled it all in their chapter scrapbook. Mr. Secretary, will you please read the names of those chapters who participated in this year's scrapbook contest?
Why, yes I will. The chapters who received a bronze ranking in this year's contest are the Clinton FFA chapter, El Dorado, Marion, Marissa, Pope County. The chapters who are receiving a silver ranking are Abington Avon, Blueford, Central Burlington, Hillsboro, Illini West, Paxton Buckley Loda, Sandoval, Salmonock Leland Sandwich, South Central, St. Joseph Ogden, Stockton, Unity Mendon, and Villa Grove. And now, the chapters who received a gold ranking are Arthur Lovington Atwood Hammond, Blue Ridge, Central A&M, Sisney, Fisher, Gibson City Melvin Sibley, Hayworth, Iroquois West, Lena Winslow, Midland, Midwest Central, Monmouth Roseville, Mount Vernon, Nashville, Olney, Olympia, Putnam County, West Central, and the state winner is the Midwest Central FFA chapter.
As technology continues to evolve, we also had chapters participate in our digital scrapbook contest once again this year. Mr. Secretary, will you please read the names of those chapters who participated in the digital scrapbook contest? Why, yes I can. Those chapters with a bronze ranking in the digital scrapbooking contest are Meridian, Pittsfield, those chapters with a silver ranking in the digital scrapbooking contest are Cambridge, Putnam County, Salmonock Leland Sandwich. Those chapters with a gold ranking in the digital scrapbooking contest are Central A&M, Edwards County, and West Central. And the state winner is the Edwards County FFA chapter. Let's give all of our scrapbook and digital scrapbook participants one more round of applause. Let's all take a trip back in time to our freshman year of high school. Now, if you're anything like me, your FFA advisor didn't ask you if you wanted to do the FFA creed. Instead, he told you you were going to recite it, no questions answered. The first time we all recited the creed, whether it was in front of our ag class or at the section creed speaking CDE, I'm sure we were all nervous and terrified. But this next individual has put many hours into memorizing and practicing this historical document that means so much to our organization. Please join me in welcoming to the stage your state-winning creed speaker, Brooke Tompkins from the Mulberry Grove FFA chapter as she recites the FFA creed.
FFA Creed by E.M. Tiffany. I believe in the future of agriculture, with a faith born not of words, but of deeds. Achievements won by the present and past generations of agriculturists, in the promise of better days through better ways. Even as the better things we now enjoy have come to us from the struggles of former years. I believe that to live and work on a good farm or to be engaged in other agricultural pursuits is pleasant as well as challenging. For I know the joys and discomforts of agricultural life and hold an inborn fondness for those associations which, even in hours of discouragement, I cannot deny. I believe in leadership from ourselves and respect from others. I believe in my own ability to work efficiently and think clearly with such knowledge and skill as I can secure, and in the ability of progressive agriculturists to serve our own and the public interest in producing and marketing the product of our toil. I believe in less dependence on begging and more power in bargaining, in the life abundant and enough honest wealth to help make it so, for others as well as myself. In less need for charity and more of it when needed, in being happy myself and playing square with those whose happiness depends upon me. I believe that American agriculture can and will hold true to the best traditions of our national life, and that I can exert an influence in my home and community, which will stand solid for my part in that inspiring task. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Brooke, for that great presentation of the FFA Creed. From operating the skid loader to flipping round bales of hay off of hay racks, I would say I possess some talent. Check the screens above. Unfortunately, all of the talents that I would say I have require me to be outside utilizing good old thunder and lightning, operating machinery, or being at the farm. But we are in luck. That's why we have had those with more exciting talents here all week performing for us here on the convention stage. Please help me welcome Ainsley Chandler from the Athens FFA chapter for her talent.
Cheating, mistreating games that you play brought you down. Whoa, you broke my heart, tore it apart. Look who's got the last laugh now. But don't you come crawling back, begging please on your knees. Baby, if you're missing me, well, you can hear me on the radio. If you want to turn me on, turn on the stereo. You can sing along while they're playing our song. How you done me wrong. Crank it up until you blow the speakers out your Chevy truck. So listen, Romeo, if you're feeling kinda low, let me tell you where to go. Turn on the radio. Try to call, Twitter me, text until your fingers bleed. Oh, the DJ's the only way you're ever gonna hear from me. So if you're reminiscing and you're missing me this much, and you really wanna stay in touch, you can hear me on the radio. If you wanna turn me on, turn on your stereo. You can sing along while they're playing our song. How you done me wrong, baby, crank it up until you blow the speakers out your Chevy truck. So listen, Romeo, if you're feeling kinda low, let me tell you where to go. Turn on the radio. Whoa, turn on your radio. Turn on the radio. Oh, 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 oh. Thank you.
We all have certain people in life that we call friends, some of which are so close to us, we describe them as brothers and or sisters. These friends often go through much of their lives together and have much in common, whether it be hobbies, friends, or place of employment being Stuckmeyers. Joey and I are just like brothers and part of the brotherhood, which is the FFA. You could easily say that we are brothers in blue. In the end, I am more thankful than I can express to be best friends with Joey and consider him to be the brother I've never had.
All right. During high school, I've known Joey for 4 years, and it's really been a privilege. But sometimes it really has felt like a punishment. And for those that know him, you know exactly what I mean. But whether it be his horrible, horrible jokes or his atrocious athleticism, Joey really does have the power to bring a room together, whether it be his contagious laugh or, for those of you that experience his back-breaking hugs, he really can bring everybody together. And Joey's taught me a lot, so you just got to go for it, have some fun, and Joey's doing it now.
I've had countless great stories about Joey, and I'm sure you would all get a crack out of, but I'm just going to keep this short, and I'll save it for another time. Throughout high school, I have been friends with Joey, but it wasn't until our senior year until I became really close friends with him. Our little group of Kat, Colin, and I came closer than ever. As I became closer friends with Joey in my senior year, I learned a lot about FFA. I'm embarrassed to say throughout high school I thought FFA was strictly about agriculture and nothing else, but I've learned that there's so much more to it. You'll learn about leadership, and I quote Joey on this, you'll learn about how important the Blue Jacket values are, and I think I've heard him say it about 1,000,000 times in just one speech. The Blue Jacket values, if I do remember correctly, are dedication, hard work, and leadership. Joey has been a great example of all three of those qualities, and he has done a great job throughout his whole life to show everyone what a true FFA member is. Joey is a natural-born leader, and honestly, I could continue telling you about Joey and how great of a person he is, and I wish you would know him as well as I do. And I hope that everyone in this room continues to show the FFA Blue Jacket values just like Joey does.
Okay, so you guys obviously all know Joey either personally or just because he's the FFA state president. And I'm sure you all realize what a nice guy he is. It's pretty obvious. He hardly ever gets angry. I actually can count the times he's been angry on one hand. I was super excited to be asked to introduce Joey, and I'm sure you all have grown to love him. And I know that he loves FFA and everyone here. So I would like to thank you guys for making Joey one of the happiest people that I know and for letting him continue to be an involved member of the FFA. It truly means a lot to not only him, but to me and the people standing behind me as well. So now, it is our honor to introduce to you our best friend
And my brother in blue,
Joey Beartier.
What's up, Illinois FFA? Joey Beartier here, your state president. Do we have any Imagine Dragon fans in the audience here today? That's what I like to hear. During my week spent on chapter visits in sections 9, 6, 2, 15, 16, and last but certainly not least, 8. FFA members probably heard some sweet hits from my favorite pop group, Imagine Dragons. Whether it's hits like Believer or my personal favorite, Thunder, I always made sure that these sweet beats would be pumping throughout the classroom. Another thing Illinois FFA members became accustomed to during my many weeks of chapter visits were the extremely long Illinois FFA Snapchat stories filled with the simple catchphrase. Please look at the screens to see if any of these videos look familiar. What's up, Illinois FFA? Joey Beartier, your state president. I have with me 2 FFA members from the Sangamon Valley FFA chapter. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves?
Kevin McCullough. Stanley Smith.
Awesome, and what was your favorite part about this chapter visit?
Meeting this guy.
All right, what about you, Stanley?
I agree. He's a pretty cool guy.
What about the lockboxes? Did you enjoy that too?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Fantastic. That concludes day 4 of section 16 visits. Check us out as we go to day 5, right? Day 5 of visits tomorrow in section 16. Thank you, guys. What's up, Illinois FFA? Joey Beartier here, state president. I'm here with some members of the Gillespie FFA chapter, and we just got done with our chapter visits. Did you guys have a good time?
Yeah.
All right, who can tell me some of the best part about this chapter visit?
The lockbox.
All right, what else?
Lessons we learned.
Fantastic. What else?
Learning more about FFA.
Awesome, fantastic. All great answers. Check us out for more updates for tomorrow on day 3 of chapter visits here in section 15. Thank you, guys. Woo! These videos are just some of the many I was able to experience in my weeks traveling this great state. Each video had its own special story with its own special FFA members. I have been honored to meet some of these amazing members during my weeks of visits. For example, there was Aubrey Anderson from the Belvedere FFA chapter. I don't think I've ever met a person more competitive or enthusiastic about the lockbox activity than Aubrey. I remember how she walked over to me, ripped the clues straight out of my hand, set them down on her table, and said, "Guys, we've got to get this done. Tim is counting on us." At the time, I was thinking 2 things. 1, wow, this girl is so excited, she just ripped the clues straight out of my hand. 2, did this girl really just rip the clues out of my hand?
Aubrey used that competitiveness and enthusiasm towards getting the lockbox done in 6 minutes, and she made sure to tell the whole class that her group was done first. At the end of our chapter visit and our Snapchat video, we started sharing more about our goals in the FFA. She told me it was her goal to apply for the Illinois FFA Leadership Camp Scholarship, where she would take the lessons she learned from camp and implement them into her SAE and her chapter. A few weeks later, I saw Aubrey at Sycamore High School and asked her how she was doing in achieving her goals in the FFA. She told me that she had successfully applied for the scholarship and would hopefully attend camp. We then started talking more about the FFA and how it brings people closer together. At the end of our conversation, Aubrey said that it was our discussions about the FFA and leadership are what inspired her to do more in this organization. Members like Aubrey are what made this year remarkable and give me hope for the future of agriculture education in the FFA. You, the members, are also what made chapter visits some of the greatest weeks of my entire life. Some of the best moments were the personal, one-on-one conversations I was able to share with members. You all might have thought that I inspired you, yet I left my last week of chapter visits inspired by you, the members. It was then that I realized what makes our organization different than any other student-led organization in the country. What sets our members on the right path towards being the premier leaders of tomorrow. It's our ability to share our passion for the FFA with others. Simply put, it's our skill in saying, "What's up?" with Illinois FFA. I know I am just one of many that has had to give that infamous elevator speech. You've all probably lived out this scenario once in your FFA careers. Some civilian has just walked into an elevator full of high schoolers wearing the blue corduroy. They walk into this elevator, turn around and look at you, give that awkward smile, and they're thinking to themselves, why blue? Their second thought being, what in the world is that corn kernel thing is on their shoulder? But instead of saying these thoughts in their minds, they turn around and look at you, smile, and say, what's up with that outfit? Are you part of an organization or what? Now, being polite, you have to give a quick 10-second speech about the FFA before this person goes away thinking blue corduroy is just a new crazy trend for teenagers. So you quickly talk about the FFA and how it builds the future leaders in agriculture. And hopefully everyone in this building uses the word bold in that sentence as well. That's right. Much like all of you, I too have had to give a multitude of elevator speeches. At the time when I gave the most elevator speeches, wasn't even inside of an elevator. It was at the Illinois State Fair. During those 2 weeks in August, I met with thousands of people at the Illinois FFA barnyard. Yet through all these thousands of people, one stands out in my mind. And that was meeting a little boy named Jeffrey. At first, Jeffrey was a little shy and intimidated by the big cow that was standing right next to him. This became obvious to me, so I walked up to him and I said, "What's up, little guy? Do you know what sound a cow makes?" As you can see by the pictures above, it took me saying moo a few times for him to come up and talk to me. Once I told him he could come up, I let him touch the cow, and boy, was he hooked. We then spent the next 10 minutes talking about all the funny noises farm animals made. At the end of those 10 minutes, Jeffrey's mom told him that they had to leave. Yet Jeffrey said he did not want to leave till he got one of the cool blue jackets Mr. Joe was wearing. I told Jeffrey that he needs to join the FFA if he wants one of these cool blue jackets. His mom then said, "What's FFA and what does it do?" Now I'm gonna be honest, this was the first time I ever got really nervous because it was the first time I ever gave an elevator speech to a 2-year-old and a 32-year-old. But luckily both Jeffrey and his mom stayed interested. And at the end of that conversation, Jeffrey said he wants to be in the FFA. I share this story with you all because it shows the impact one conversation can have on others. By simply saying, "What's up?" to little Jeffrey, I was able to share the story of agriculture education and the FFA to his entire family. By simply saying, "What's up?" I was able to leave an impact. Everyone here can also make an impact by simply saying, "What's up?" For an example of this impact, we're gonna do a quick activity, and for that, I'm sorry, I need a little audience participation. I need everyone to lock eyes with someone sitting next to you right now. Lock eyes with them right now. Do it. All right, back up here, once you have locked eyes with that person sitting next to you, I want you to look at them in the eye and say, "What's up?" There you go. Now back here, I want you each to give a one-sentence reply as to what has been your favorite part of convention so far. Right now, do it. You don't all have to say my speech, by the way. That's just my opinion. You don't all have to say that. All right, back up here. By simply saying "what's up" to your partner, you were able to initiate that conversation and hopefully learn something new about them. Now, I'm sure this is probably not the first time that you've had to do this here at convention. At the 90th Illinois FFA State Convention, we have seen thousands of Blue Jacket ambassadors walk across this stage at the Bank of Springfield Center. Personally, I love it when FFA members run up to me and they say, "What's up, Joey Beards here?" That's right. Because it means they're not afraid to have that conversation with others. This means so much to me on a personal level because I know what happens to those that feel as though they can't have that conversation with others. When they feel that there is no one asking them, "What's up?" Throughout all my years in junior high and high school, I was one of those kids in group activities who had to do everything themselves. It didn't matter who I was partnered with, I felt that to get a project done, I needed to do it myself. One project that I distinctly remember was in my 8th grade engineering lab. Mrs. Sanders, our teacher, would read off the list of groups, and you had no choice but to be partnered with them. Anxiously, I sat in my seat awaiting for her to say my name, and then she said, "Joey, you will be partnered with David." I slumped back into my chair, and I thought to myself, "David? Why me?" You see, when working on group projects, David was the exact opposite of myself. Instead of immersing himself in all aspects of the project, David would just sit in his chair silently. Reluctantly, I walked over to the corner where David was sitting, and as I was walking, I told myself, "Joey, you're probably gonna have to do a lot of this project on your own. Maybe walk over to David and see what he has to say." So I walked over to the corner and I said, "David, here are my ideas for the project. What are yours?" Unsurprisingly to me, David did not say anything, so I decided to take matters into my own hands. Over those next 2 weeks, I'd walk into the classroom, sit down, get to work, rest, repeat, without saying anything. The 2 weeks went by, I handed David our graded rubric, and I said, "David, here you go. I got you an A." At first, I was expecting David to get angry because I said this with a little sarcasm and frustration. Here I am handing this kid an A, and I don't even get a thank you? But I told myself just to walk away. Don't get frustrated. Be satisfied you got an A on a difficult engineering lab. As I was walking away from the corner where David was sitting, I was telling myself, I hope I don't have to ever be partnered or talk to David ever again. Over the years in junior high and high school, I would notice David in the hallways or in the same classroom as me, not saying a word and me reciprocating. By the time senior year rolled around, I rarely saw David or many other of my classmates for that matter because of my duties as section president. One of the highlights that year was attending National FFA Convention. Finally, I was able to see convention from a whole new backstage viewpoint. Needless to say, I was on cloud nine. Our team had arrived a few days early to participate in the national delegate process. There I was, visiting with other state associations, talking about my passion for agriculture, and talking about how the FFA builds the leaders in this industry that we love so much. Then, the night before, the first general session of the 89th National FFA Convention was supposed to be the highlight of my year. I get a phone call from one of my classmates in Waterloo. I pick up the phone. She says, Joey, I'm sorry to be telling you this all the way in Indianapolis. I hope you're having a great time. Joey, our classmate David, killed himself earlier this afternoon. Immediately, a flood of emotions comes over me: confusion, sadness, and then finally, regret. I slowly start putting the pieces together, thinking about those 2 weeks I sat right next to David without saying a single word. Why didn't I realize that David's silence said more than he ever could? All those times when I saw David in the hallway or was sitting right next to me were missed opportunities. They were missed chances for me to walk up to him and say, David, what's up? FFA members and guests, silence alone can be a cry for help. I then realized that some people like David are silent because they feel they have no one else to turn to. FFA members and guests, that is where we can step up. That is where we can make a difference. Please look at the screens to see how we can be a part of this difference.
I found
FFA members and guests, don't tell me there's no power in saying what's up. Don't tell me there's no power in initiating conversations. Did you hear what Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson said at the end of that video clip? He said, I wish I had someone at that time who could sit back and tell me, it's gonna be okay. It's all gonna be okay. Can you believe that? Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson wishes he had someone that would be there for him during those moments of sorrows and sadness. Someone who would walk up to him and say, Dwayne, what's up? It was then that I realized that to help and serve others, I sometimes had to initiate that conversation. And that impact can come from simply saying, what's up? Ever since that moment of sadness, as I used it as my fuel in serving you, the members of Illinois Association FFA, I knew that I could never get David back. But maybe I could use my core value of positivity and shine that light of positivity on others. Yet this past winter, this past January, I learned something about shining that light on others. Before I can shine it on others, I first have to shine it on myself. Sometimes the ones that we need to say what's up to is our own selves. Take, for instance, another classmate of mine, Noah. On the outside, Noah seemed like he had it all. Noah and I were on the same baseball team in junior high, and to use a baseball terminology, Noah was a five-tool player. Just ask my dad or friends about Noah's skills on the ball field, and it would tell you how Noah could run like a deer and hit the ball a mile away. And yet baseball wasn't even his best sport. Noah set numerous records in junior high and high school in track and went to state for cross country each and every year. Noah became the envy of all the boys in our high school senior class when he started dating the homecoming queen. On the outside, Noah seemed like he had it all. The girl, the athleticism, the popularity, and a full ride to college to Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville. On the outside, Noah had the whole world in his hands. Yet on the inside, something must have been tormenting Noah. Something must have been telling him that he was not good enough. Eventually, this feeling of torment and depression overtook Noah, and this past January, I had my second classmate in just 2 years to take his own life. Once again, I started feeling those same emotions of confusion, sadness, and then finally regret. This action was heartbreaking for our entire community and came as a complete shock to me because I had spent all of high school envious of Noah. I was jealous of his athleticism, popularity, and scholastic achievement. Like a fool, I thought to myself, this is not fair. Why would Noah do this? His life is perfect. His life is perfect. Once again, I found myself sitting alone in the corner, going through the scenarios, blaming myself, and thinking, what more could I have done? Yet somehow this situation felt completely different. Unlike David, Noah wasn't alone in the corner. He was always hanging out with his friends. Yet through all of his friendships and achievements, Noah felt alone in a crowded room without hope. I came home that weekend with horrible and depressed thoughts in my mind. If someone like Noah feels as though they're not good enough, what am I? What am I? At this low moment of depression that I was feeling, I came upon a quote which reads, "Self-worth comes from one thing, thinking that you are worthy." Upon reading this quote, I found the solutions that had been plaguing me for so long. In order to help and serve others, I had to first tell myself that I am worthy. I am worthy. Say it with me, FFA members, on 3. 1, 2, 3. I am worthy. Look at your partner from a few minutes ago, the ones that you said what's up to. Look at them in the eyes, and on 3, say you are worthy. On 3. 1, 2, 3. FFA members and guests, you are worthy. Don't feel as though that you have nothing to live for. Over this past year, I have met thousands of FFA members, and each and every one of you are special in your own ways. Realize that your quirks and idiosyncrasies are what make you unique. Throughout this past year, through this amazing journey, I found my self-worth, and now wish to share that message with you all. Never forget to tell yourself that you are worthy. Upon realizing my self-worth, I questioned my next step forward. How can I help others realize theirs? Then the answer came to me in the most unique of situations. I was sitting in church that next Sunday morning, and I heard this verse from our epistle reading. 1 Thessalonians 5, verse 11. Therefore, encourage one another and build each other up just as in fact you are doing. Does anyone remember those clips in cartoons when a character would have a good idea and a light bulb would appear over their forehead? I see some nods, yeah. Well, needless to say, my light bulb went off once I heard these words. The ways to make others feel worthy and wanted is through encouragement. FFA members and guests, the world has enough critics. Be the encouragers people need in their lives. Next time you see someone that you know walking alone in the hallway, think of the impact you can have on their lives by walking up to them and saying, "Hey, what's up?" Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson wishes he had someone that would be there for him during those moments of sorrows and sadness. Next time that you see someone that you know suffering through depression, be the encouragers they need in their lives and shine that light of positivity for all. I share these stories with you about my friends, not to upset you, but to inspire you all. Learn from my past mistakes to benefit your future. I know that I will never get the chance to see David and Noah again on this earth, and I've come to grips with that. But maybe there's someone here who I can help. Maybe there's someone here like David who walks alone, or is like Noah and feels alone in a crowded room without hope, and that their lives are not worth living. If anyone here feels that way, know that you matter and you are worthy. FFA members and guests, encourage one another and build each other up just as in fact you are doing. As leaders in our schools and communities, we are asked to answer the call in these difficult situations. Our blue jacket values of hard work, dedication, and leadership are what make our organization special. Illinois FFA, I believe in you to be the advocates of change, to be bold in all that you do, and shine that light of positivity for all. And now, oh, okay. And now, I'd like to conclude this retiring address the same way I'd conclude every chapter visit, with a Snapchat video. Illinois FFA, there is no other way in which I would like to end it. Please join me as I do my last What's Up Illinois FFA video. What's up, Illinois FFA? Joey Beard here, your state president, and it's been an honor to serve you, the members of Illinois Association FFA. You are what made this year remarkable. You were my reason for saying, what's up? Never forget to tell yourself that you are worthy. Let's look out into the crowd to see some of these bold members at the 90th Illinois FFA State Convention. Illinois FFA, think about the memories you will make, the people you can inspire, and the lives you will change by simply saying, what's up?
Call me baby if you need a friend. I just wanna give you love. Come on, come on, come on. Reaching out to you, so take a chance. No matter where you go, no, you're not alone. I'm only one call away. I'll be there to save the day. Superman got
You never fail to bring positivity into everything that we do, even with some dents and dings throughout the year. You never fail to bring positivity into the lives of all of us. You truly are a positive role model that not only members look up to, but we look up to as well. Your young, spirited personality is one that is hard to find. Thank you for being that goofy, young-hearted Joey that we all love. You have shown us what it means to be bold in your positivity. Love, your FFA brothers, Dalton, Rob, Chase, and Ryan. Illinois FFA, for the final time, your 2017-2018 Illinois FFA State President, Joey Beard here. Mr. Secretary, do you have any announcements at this time?
Would all newly elected and retiring section presidents and newly elected major state officers please report backstage? I believe that it is time for us to recognize some special individuals who have assisted us in making the 90th State FFA Convention a true success. Would everyone please grab their convention program and turn to page 5 and 7. Before we continue with this session, please join me in a round of applause for these dedicated volunteers listed on pages 5 and 7. Our convention wouldn't be possible without all of their help. Thank you. Again, would all newly elected and retiring section presidents and newly elected major state officers please report backstage?
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. It is now time to announce the winners of something new that we decided to do this year. The 5 major state officers and the 25 section presidents decided to create a raffle for the state convention for an Alexa, Google Home, and an iHome. All of the proceeds from selling the raffle tickets during this week at the state convention will go back to benefit Illinois Foundation FFA. Assisting me in announcing these winners is Chase Clausen, our state treasurer. The winner of the Alexa is Jonathan Poole. The winner of the Google Home is Zach Becker. And the winner of the iHome is Miranda Yard. Let's give all of our winners another round of applause. You can pick up your prizes in the VIP room at the conclusion of the convention. In high school, I always enjoyed coming here to state convention. It is here where we all have the unique opportunity to meet up with FFA friends, new and old, and near and far. We have all made some amazing memories here at the 90th Annual Illinois FFA State Convention. Whether we enjoyed workshops we attended, the FFA dance, participating in our service project, or throwing our bodies against trampolines at Sky Zone. No matter what, we will all leave Springfield, Illinois changed because of what we have done here this past week. Let's take some time now to reflect as we pay attention to the screens above to watch our convention wrap-up video.
Can you feel it? Now it's coming back. We can steal it. If we bridge this gap, I can see you through the curtains of the waterfall. When I lost it, yeah, you held my hand, but I tossed it. Didn't understand you were waiting as I dove into the waterfall. So say Geronimo, say Geronimo, say Geronimo, say Geronimo, say Geronimo, say Geronimo, say Geronimo. Can you feel? Miles away, miles away, can you feel? Well, we rushed it, moving way too fast, and we crushed it. But it's in the past. We can make this leap through the curtains of the waterfall. So say Geronimo, say Geronimo, say Geronimo, say Geronimo, say Geronimo, say Geronimo, say Geronimo. Can you feel? Miles away, miles away, miles away. Can you feel? Well, I'm just a boy with a broken toy, all lost and gone. So it's here I stand as a broken man, but I found my friend. Now I'm falling down through the crashing sound, and you come around. And you rush to me, and it sets us free. So I fall to my knees. So So say Geronimo, 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 say
At this time, please help me in welcoming your state president, Joseph Beartier, to the podium for the installation of section presidents.
Each year, every section will elect a special individual to represent them as section president and a member of the Illinois FFA state officer team. These individuals here will not only serve as leaders in their sections, but as role models to members throughout this state. It gives me great pleasure and honor to welcome to the stage your retiring and newly elected section presidents for the installation of the 2018-2019 Illinois FFA section presidents.
Good afternoon, Illinois FFA. For the final time, my name is Jasmine Winger, and I'm your 2017-2018 Section 1 President. It is my honor to introduce you to my friend and your 2018-2019 Section 1 President, Gwen Heimerdinger from the Pearl City FFA chapter.
Illinois FFA. For the final time, my name is Eliza Petrie, and I proudly served as your 2017-2018 Section 2 President, and I'm proud to introduce to you your 2018-2019 Section 2 President, Miss Rebecca Hoff.
Good afternoon, Illinois FFA. For the final time, my name is Ann Weber, and I proudly served as the Section 3 President for the 2017-2018 year. I'm proud to introduce you guys Gage Miller from the Cambridge FFA chapter, as he is serving as the 2018-2019 Section 3 President. Congratulations.
My name is Sean Welch, and I have had the pleasure of serving as the Section 4 President this past year. It's my honor to introduce to you the 2018-2019 Section 4 President, Emma Parkins.
Hello, Illinois FFA. For the final time, my name is Clayton Blunier, and it has been an honor to serve you as your Section 5 President this year. I am so excited to introduce to you your new 2018-2019 Section 5 President, Mr. Zach Weber.
Hello, everyone. I want to thank you all for letting me serve this wonderful year for Section 6 and the state of Illinois. I have been Jacob Beecham, and I'd like to introduce the new 2018-2019 Section 6 President, Ms. Grace Kirky.
Illinois FFA, it has been my privilege serving as the 2017-2018 Section 7 President, and now I have the distinct honor of introducing to you your 2018-2019 Section 7 President, Ms. Emma Freebairn.
Hello, Illinois FFA. For the final time, I am Emily Jaginski, and I proudly served as your Section 8 President. I'd like to introduce to you today your new Section 8 President, Jeremy Wissington.
Hello, Illinois
FFA, it has been my honor to serve as the Section 9 FFA President, and I am proud to introduce to you your 2018-2019 Section 9 FFA President, Mr. Carson Kimpling.
Hello, Illinois FFA. For the final time, my name is Noah Wall, and it has been an honor to serve as the Section 10 President. I am honored to announce your 2018-2019 Section 10 President, Kara Anger.
Good afternoon, Illinois FFA. For the final time, my name is Sydney Wright, and the 2017-2018 Section 11 President. It is my honor to introduce to you the 2018-2019 Section 11 President and my best friend, Riley Smith.
For the final time, my name is Caitlin Ethington, and I've had the pleasure as serving as the Section 12 President. And I'm proud to introduce our 2018-2019 Section 12 President from the Midwest Central FFA Chapter, Mr. Colin E. White.
Hello, Illinois FFA. For the final time, my name is Kristen Sibley, and I had the honor to serve as your Section 13 President this past year. It is my absolute pleasure to introduce to you your new Section 13 President, Mr. Austin Duffelmeyer.
Hello, Illinois FFA. I am Molly Nance, and I had the pleasure of serving as your 2017-2018 Section 14 President. And I'm so proud to introduce you to your 2019 Section 14 President and my best friend, Brody McCormick.
Hello, Illinois FFA. My name is Ben Polo, and I had the honor of serving as your 2017-2018 Section 15 FFA President. It is with greatest pride that I introduce to you my friend and your 2018-2019 Section 15 FFA President, Miss Sally Reed.
Hello, Illinois FFA. For the last time, my name is Reed Jostis, proudly serving this year as your Section 16 President. It is my distinct honor to introduce you to, for the first time, Ellie Paulsrid, the 2018-2019 Section 16 President.
Good afternoon, Illinois FFA. It has been an honor serving as the Section 17 President. I am proud to introduce to you your 2018-2019 Section 17 President, Miss Abby Schluter.
For the very last time, my name is Becca Royer, and I'm proud to serve as your 2017-2018 Section 18 President. It is my honor to introduce you to my friend and the 2018-2019 Section 18 President, Mr. Daniel Bass.
Hello, Illinois FFA. For the final time, my name is Shelby McCrae, and it has been an honor and a privilege to serve as your Section 19 President. It is my honor to introduce to you your 2018-2019 Section 19 President, my best friend, and my teammate, Dalton Witten.
For my final time, I am Taylor Hartkey, your 2017-2018 Section 20 President. It has been my privilege and I am honored to stand here with Jacob as your 2018-2019 Illinois FFA Section President.
Illinois FFA. For the final time, my name is Shaylee Clinton, and it has been a privilege to serve you as your 2017-2018 Section 21 President. It is my honor to introduce to you your 2018-2019 Section 21 President, Mr. Jonathan Donahoe.
Illinois FFA, thank you for the privilege to serve you over this past year. For the final time as your Section 22 President, my name is Jacob Young. it is my honor to introduce to you your 2018-2019 Section 22 President and my friend, Mr. Lane Schilling.
Hello, Illinois FFA. For the final time, my name is Parker Van Dyke, and I've proudly served as your 2017-2018 Section 23 FFA President. It is my honor to introduce your new Section President, Mr. Lane Harvey.
Hello, Illinois FFA. For the final time, I am Aaron Duncan, and it has been a blessing to serve as your Section 24 President. I would now like to introduce to you my friend and your 2018-2019 Section 24 President, Ms. Catherine Smith.
Hello, Illinois FFA. For the final time, my name is Emma Bradley, and I have had the privilege of serving as your Section 25 President. It is my honor to introduce to you my friend and your new 2018-2019 Section 25 President, Natalie Bonnell.
(2017-2018) Section Presidents. Please accept your retiring officer pins and present the 2018-2019 Section Presidents-elect to our members. As Section President-elect, you've been selected by your fellow peers to be the leader of your section for the coming year. You are therefore responsible for guiding your section in all of its worthy undertakings. May you work intelligently, seriously, and above all, professionally to fulfill the responsibilities of the office to which you were elected. It is an honor to be a section president in the Illinois Association FFA. From time to time during the year, you may encounter difficult problems, but through cooperation, hard work, and dedication, you will succeed and the FFA will prosper. Do each of you accept the responsibilities of your office and will do your best to uphold the ideals and principles of the FFA? If so, say we do. There you go. I now declare each of you duly and properly installed as section presidents for the 2018-2019 year. To the retiring section presidents, your year of service to the Illinois Association has been earmarked by hard work, dedication, loyalty, and dare I say boldness. This year, our state officer team has accomplished many great things, and each of you played an important role. You have served as leaders in our association, but also supporters and role models and great friends. Congratulations on a job well done, and best of luck to the newly installed section presidents. As we conclude the 90th Illinois FFA State Convention, it is time that we install the 5 bold leaders of our association. These 5 Blue Jacket ambassadors will serve as your state officers for the 2018-2019 year. I commend each of you for your willingness to serve one of the most critical roles within our organization. Throughout this past year, you will face many challenges and obstacles. However, with a positive attitude and strong friendship with your fellow teammates, you will succeed and the FFA will prosper. Take this time to reflect on your year and serve the organization to the absolute best of your ability. Over 18,000 members of Illinois Association FFA are looking up to you. Never lose sight of that. With that, on behalf of the 2017-2018 Illinois Association FFA Major State Officer Team, we wish you the best of luck. And remember, we are always here for you. Sophia Horton, as president-elect, as president-elect, you've been selected by your fellow members to be the leader of our organization for the coming year. You are therefore responsible for guiding our organization in all of its worthy undertakings. May you work intelligently and seriously to fulfill the responsibilities of your office.
Eliza Petrie. As Vice President-elect, your record of accomplishments indicates you have those qualities of leadership which we should all possess. You are to assist the President in directing the work of our organization, preside over meetings in her absence, and keep all committees working effectively. Congratulations.
Miriam Hoffman. As Secretary-elect, you have been chosen to keep accurate minutes of our meetings and to carry out the organization's correspondence. You should provide the organization with the order of business and committee assignments for each meeting. You will also keep a list of members, a record of degrees awarded, and have custody of the Constitution.
Taylor Harkey. As Treasurer-elect, you have been placed in a position of trust. Your duties require you to keep an accurate record of receipts and disbursements and provide regular financial reports. It is also your responsibility to assist in developing the organization's budget and maintaining sound financial practices. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Shaylee Clinton. As reporter-elect, your duty is to inform the public about the FFA. You are expected to work closely with the news, media, including state and national FFA publications. You should keep a record of photographs and articles published concerning the FFA and its members. And you are responsible for compiling our FFA history. Congratulations.
It is an honor to be an officer in the FFA. From time to time, you may encounter difficult problems, but through hard work, dedication, and a cooperative spirit, you will succeed and the FFA will prosper. Do each of you accept the responsibilities of your office and will do your best to uphold the ideals and principles of the FFA? If so, answer, we do. I now declare each of you properly and duly installed of your respective office from which you were elected. May your year of service be marked by integrity, dedication, cooperative spirit. Seek harmony among your fellow officers. Set high standards of leadership for all chapter members. Retiring officers, my brothers, will you please escort the newly installed officers to their stations? It is now my distinct privilege and honor to pass the gavel onto the 2018-2019 Illinois FFA State President, Sophia Horton.
Thank you, Joseph. Throughout this year, these 5 individuals have poured their heart and souls into our organization. They have traveled many miles promoting our organization and taking agricultural education and the FFA to a whole new level. They have proven the statement true that if you love what you do, you will never work a day in your life.
With these 5 in command, we have had another phenomenal year in the Illinois Association FFA. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2017-2018 major state officers and section presidents have truly been bold in leading our organization to its fullest potential through their hard work and dedication. 30 individuals come together from all over the state in all walks of life to create the state officer team. That is one special part of our organization. We would like to honor each and every one of the 30 members of this year's state officer team. At this time, please turn your attention to the screens above as we take a look back at the 2017-2018 State Officer Team's Year of Service.
I've got that lightning inside me, son of a god. I'm like a titan that's rising, oh, just you watch. I'm stepping into fate, there is no time to waste. I've got that lightning inside me, this is how legends are made. This is how legends are made. This is how legends are made. I'm cranking up on the throttle, victory is mine. Show you the harder the battle, harder I fight. I've come too far to quit. Step back, I'm going in. I'm cranking up on the throttle. This is how legends are made. This is how legends are made. This is how legends are made.
I wish somebody would've told me, babe, that someday these will be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. Someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of these good old days.
I was thinking about the band, I was thinking about the fans. We were underground, loading merch in that 12-passenger van in a small club in Minnesota, and the snow outside of First Ave. I just wanted my name in the star. Now look at where we at, still growing up, still growing up. I would lay in my bed and dream about what I'd become. Couldn't wait to get older, couldn't wait to be some. Now that I'm here, wishing I was still young. Those good old days.
I wish somebody would've told me, babe, that someday these would be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. 'Cause someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of the good old days.
Never thought we'd get old. Maybe we're still young. Maybe you always look back and think it was better than it was. Maybe these are the moments. Maybe I've been missing what it's about. Been scared of the future, thinking about the past while missing out on now. We've come so far, I guess I'm proud. And I ain't worried about the wrinkles around my smile. I got some scars, I've been around. I felt some pain, I've seen some things, but I'm here now. Those good old days.
You don't know what you got till it goes, till it's gone. You don't know what you got till it goes, till it's gone. told me, babe, someday these will be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. Someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of these good old days.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the final time, your 2017-2018 Major State Officer Team. These 5 state officers have left a bold impact on our association that will never be forgotten. On behalf of the 5 newly elected state officers, we are excited and enthusiastic to follow in their footsteps and inspire over 18,000 Illinois FFA members to continue being bold. Madam Secretary, do you have a record of any further business which should properly be transacted at this time?
Why, yes, I do. Would the 2018-2019 section presidents please report backstage immediately following this session? Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. Does any member know of any new or unfinished business which should properly become before this meeting? We are about to adjourn this final session of the 90th Illinois FFA State Convention. As we mingle with others, let us be diligent in labor, just in our dealings, courteous to everyone, and above all, honest and fair in the game of life. Fellow members and guests, please join me in a salute to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I now declare this 90th Illinois FFA State Convention adjourned.